I'm like hesitant to remove my tags, you know? I don't know why. Oh! The tag just broke. Okay, well there we go. So today we're going to take a look at the Abrazo diaper cover, which I'm super excited to showcase because this is a new take on wool diapering. I did an interview with Bumby Wool. It's 2 podcasts. I'll link them down below. And she talks about how her company came to be, how easy it is to wash wool, and why her wool is machine washable, as well as some of the thought that went into this incredible product. So when it comes to shopping for wool online, you often might think about this. This is the typical pull-on wool cover. It's got the soft leg cuffs, the soft belly, and it comes in sizes small, medium, large, extra large. This is very much what Imagine Baby and Humbird and Bumby, this is a Bumby wool cover, have done. And this is a great way to diaper. It's super easy. You pull on and pull off. But if you don't like pull on and pull off, what are your options? And that's where the Abrazo cover comes in. This is awesome. We're going to take a look at it and then we'll share some thoughts on it. Now, when it comes to showcasing covers to you, there's really not much to it. I know that this looks a little confoggled, so let's put it together. This is the Bumby wool cover. It's a hook and loop fastened diaper wrap. It has a crossover fastener so that you can get it nice and small, and these soft leg elastics. There's really not much to it, which that's what there is. It's essentially a wrap. So what you have to do first is you have to put a absorbent diaper on your child, like a fitted diaper, a flat or a pre-fold, and then you wrap this on over them. And this is the water barrier that keeps your kids' clothes from getting wet, and it helps keep the diapering experience more enjoyable. It just gets wrapped on the child. That's all there is to it. It's got some nice stretch to it, and you can even fold it down to give you some more sizing options. Really awesome to extend the length. It's not quite one size, but you know, I just showed you there that the sticky part doesn't stick to the wool. That's the magic, you know, so much hook and loop does stick to wool. And so when Stephanie wanted to make sure her product didn't stick, there's a pocket here. You can either add absorbency, you can add wool, or you can put some lano in here and smush it around. It gives you a little bit of options, as well as like just opening it up for that accessibility factor. I love the stretch. I love the softness. Honestly, if I was to wool diaper again, this is how I would do it, just because it's such a gentle system. And well, I could just keep talking, but there's not much else to tell. So the Abrazo cover, I love this. I would have, if I was to have a baby again, I would use wool and fitted or pre-folds or some sort of fixed flat diaper. Hands down. Hands down. I probably used Blythe's fixed flat and wool. Like, this is how I would diaper if I was to have a baby again. Wool is awesome. And what I've learned about wool since I've had a baby is that what I've learned about wool in the last 2 years versus what I thought about wool when I first entered the cloth diaper industry is that wool is not as gentle as we think it is. And really the rise of knit wool, if we think about the Imagine Baby, the Desana wool covers, the Sloom wool covers, those diaper covers taught us to believe that wool was this delicate fiber that really needed to be babied. But when we're talking about interlock and we're talking about wool that has been dyed commercially, this can go in the washing machine. Stephanie talks about having customers that wash their wool with Tide. Sure, it breaks down over time, but it doesn't have to be stressful. We are stressing out about wool when it doesn't need to be stressful. So I would go with an interlock cover, and I would probably just wash it with my regular clothes and call it a day. Gone are the days of soaking wool and stressing out about stains and if it's going to come out. Machine washing wool is making a comeback, and I believe that it will simplify our return to natural fibers. Stephanie talks a lot about machine washing because it really gets dirt and grime out. And something that we've been talking about in the textile community and the diapering community is that when textiles hold on to dirt, especially urine and poop, and then it gets mixed with detergent and soap, if that's left in the fiber begins to break down. So the best way that we can treat wool is ensuring that we get all of that out. And we're not going to get that all out by being gentle and soaking overnight. So simple solutions to wool are going to make it easier for us to take care of our wool long term as well as protect it. I love how easy and versatile this diaper cover is. The fold down rise snap really gives you more durability in ensuring that you can get the right size for your baby. And with 2 layers of wool, it's very unlikely that you would need Lano. It does have an extra pocket here that you could put absorbency, you could put wool if you wanted. But how Stephanie talked about it was that you could also pour lanolin in here and you could squish around the lanolin and again get that extra waterproof layer. The soft leg cuffs and just the overall design. It's awesome. It's an expensive product. It's like $85. And so I'm really glad that I was gifted it because I don't have a baby. But you would probably only need about 2 or 3 of these. And then a bunch of flats. And the durability is there. The thing about wool is it doesn't have any elastics. And one thing that I'm seeing in the cloth community is that elastics are breaking down. So if we're looking for products that can last forever for multiple babies and continue to hold up, like wool is the answer, which is why if I was to have, theoretically, which I'm not going to have a 3rd baby, I would go with wool because for me, a wool and flat system is a diapering system that I could pass down to my grandkids that can be used until it can no longer be used if that day ever happens. So that's why wool really excites me. It is sized, and there's a little downer to that, but I think a lot of families would get away with this is a small and then maybe a medium. You might need a large, but you might not. You might be able to use the small and then go into a large. I think there's a lot of variability in that. But if you're looking for a different way of diapering, wool is the answer, hands down. You can learn more and you can shop with Bumby Wool at bumbywool.com. And I also have the podcast. She's got a lot of great resources about using Lano, about washing diapers, and I love this. I need a baby in my life. Somebody have a baby for me, please.